Morning, everyone. I hope everyone's staying healthy, humble, and hungry as always. My name is Trey Hope, the developer, host, whatever you want to call it, of the show. And today I'm starting a new series called Widget Breakdown. Now, in Widget Breakdown, I'll just be explaining what properties are needed to make an actual widget run, and then how that widget plays into making other bigger widgets run for itself. I know that's a little confusing, but I'll go ahead and explain that right here. So today we'll be discussing a bottom navigation bar. Now, in apps like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, things like that, a user can navigate to a new page by clicking a button at the bottom. So I decided to make a simpler version of that with just different colors on a page. So we have the red page, blue page, green page, purple page. So there's a few things you need in order to set up a bottom navigation bar when coding in Flutter. So the first thing we need is the current index, which is of type int. So the current index is where we're at in the bottom navigation bar. The bottom navigation bar has to know what page it's actually on, and we specify that through this index. So if the index is 0, it's at the beginning. If it's at 1, it's the next page, so on and so on. The next thing we need is the titles of our app. So we have 4 different pages, so we need 4 different titles. So as you can see here, we have red, blue, green, and purple. So when I switch between pages, the title at the top is updated. Next, we need the children, which is going to be the actual body of the app. And this is going to be the colors that you see. So we're going to have 4 different containers of different colors, and we'll pass those in to the build function later on. Next, we have the items, which are a list of bottom navigation bar items. So this is the actual icons that you see at the bottom of the page that the user would click on to navigate to another page. And those each have these 2 properties, the icon and the title. So you can change this to whatever you want, but just for this demo purpose, I added a home, person, setting, and message icons and gave them the titles respectively. So now that we have all the properties needed to make this widget work, we're going to go ahead and jump into the build function of this widget and explain how it operates and what it's doing in the background. So as I stated in earlier videos, in Flutter, everything's a widget. So for this actual entry page, which is this right here, it has a build function, and in the build function is where all the magic happens. So first we're going to return a scaffold. The scaffold, as I said before, is just a page in Flutter. So that's usually the first thing that you want to return. If you're not using any type of stream builder or future builders to load your data, the first thing you'll probably want to return is a scaffold. The first widget on the scaffold that I'm adding is an app bar. And the app bar is at the top, which is this black bar that says red. That's going to be updated to whatever page we're on, as I said earlier. And that's done by this. Well, let me say this first. The background color is black. The title is going to be those array of titles specified by what index we're on. So if we're on index 0, we'll go to the 0 position in that array for the title, which is red. If it's on 1, we'll go to the 1 position of that array for the title, which is blue, and so on and so on. And we also want to center the title. I don't like having this uncentered because it looks a little weird, just far left like that, so I'll keep it true. All right. So now that we got that, we're going to focus on the body of the app, and the body is just these 4 different color containers, which is the children that I specified right here. So these are all containers, different colors, and we pass them in to the body right here. And as stated earlier, whatever index we're on, that's what container will be displayed. So since we're on index 1 or index 0, we'll display the red container. Index 1, the blue container. So let's just play around with it real quick. If I didn't add the current index here, if we always wanted the container at the 0 index, this is what our app would look like. No matter what page I go to, it'll always be red because it's at index 0. And that's boring. We don't want that. So we're going to put this back in here, and now we got our indexes updating the containers. All right. So that's the body. And the last part of the bottom navigation bar, is the bottom navigation bar itself. So with this, it takes in a few different properties. First, we have here the type, bottom navigation bar type fixed. I'm really not sure why it's needed to even specify the type, but for some reason when bottom navigation bar type is shifting, the colors are like white and you can't even see it. And something with, I don't know, it changes the colors based on, I don't know. I don't even want to try to explain it because I really don't know. So we'll just put this back to fixed. All right. And then the next feature is the on-tap function. Now this is where we're going to update the index that we're on in the bottom navigation bar by clicking the button. So we're going to set a debugger real quick so we can see this in action. So when I click the blue icon, you'll see here that the current index that we were on was 0 because it was the red page. But now that we click the blue button, the index is now 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the state, which is going to call the whole widget to rebuild with this new index. So 1 is going to be assigned to 0, and now we have the blue page. And this happens all through the app. So while you're not even noticing it, it's just that quick. Updates the state, rebuilds the tree, and now our widget is updated. And then we finally pass in the current index, which is the current index that we're on. That lets the bottom navigation bar know where we're at in the app. And then the items, as specified earlier, which is these icons at the bottom. So this right here is essentially all you need to make a bottom navigation bar. Now you can, of course, spice it up more with the body of the app. I just have containers of different colors. You can put text or whatever you want. But just for this example, I'm just keeping those colors. But just for the heck of it, why don't we switch it up? Let's not even display the containers. Why not just display the text of the page we're on? So instead of children at the current index, let's create a center. And we're just going to put the title of the page that we're on. So we'll say children title index. No, current index. Oops. All right. So as you can see here, we're not using the containers anymore. We're just putting the title of the page we're on. So we have blue, red, green, purple. All right. So we'll go back. But that's essentially how the bottom navigation bar works. Whoops, where's my... Oh, it's my fault. Take that back. There we go. All right, now we got our containers back. So that's essentially how you make a bottom navigation bar in Flutter. Very simple, very easy, very cool to use. Actually, it's the best way I like navigating between my apps. You can also use a side drawer in when navigating between apps, but it's not as easy because the user doesn't always see where they can navigate to. With this, you always know, hey, I can go to 4 different places in the app. So I highly recommend it, and definitely good for any app that you're working on. So thank you again for tuning in to the first episode of Widget Breakdown. My name is Trey Hope. Be sure to like this, leave a comment, let me know where I can improve on or what you learned from this. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. As always, stay healthy, stay humble, stay hungry. Much love, much peace, and have a blessed, beautiful day.